Okay, I guess we can start. So, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marcin Kubacki. Today, I'm going to host Jacek from Red Hat, and
Hello.
our topic is going to be infrastructure migration solution that comes from Red Hat. So, Jacek, maybe just start with a few words about yourself.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacek Skorzynski. Probably for all of you who had a chance previously to be part of our previous webinars, to attend our previous webinars, you know me, and this is my, I don't know which one, but it's yeah, another webinar. Today, let me tell you a few words about myself. So I'm a Red Hat solution architect, responsible for infrastructure part of the Red Hat portfolio. So everything starting from the operating system up to the cloud, I would say. And my main I'm act also as a subject matter expert here in the region as an automation subject matter expert and also virtualization. So that's all about myself. Hobbies, yes, still volleyball and bike adventures. Yep. Thank you, Marcin.
Okay, now let's maybe a few words about myself. If you could change the slide.
Yep.
Okay, so my name is Marcin Kubacki. I'm Chief Software Architect and co-founder of Storware company. My main area is infrastructure, virtualization, cloud, etc. But I also have experience in software development. I can just think about these two areas easily, I guess. So everything around automation, everything around migration as well. It's my area in this case. So. Just briefly myself, I guess we can start with the actual topic. So Red Hat migration solution. So maybe a few words about what is that?
Yep. So Red Hat migration solution is infrastructure migration solution is basically a way, like a composition of different tools, different options to migrate our already existing infrastructure, virtual infrastructure, like the main one is the VMware one, into the open standards, into the Red Hat virtualization or OpenStack. This is not just another tool. This is a rather like a fully qualified service which Red Hat takes part in and is able to help you as a customers to go into this open standard virtualization, I would say, which is in this case our main topic will be like migration from VMware to Rev, but there are also other possibilities.
So if I understand correctly, this is a process. So if you could describe briefly how this process looks like.
Yeah, so it's as I said, it's not a tool, another tool. It's rather, as Marcin mentioned, a process. So here on the slide, you have the like a really high level engagement scope where Red Hat together with a customer leads this journey, because it's not like a one-time task. It's most of the time it's a journey. So starting from the discovery part, where we together need to understand what we would like to migrate, how we would like to do it in one shot, or maybe it's going to be like a multiple attempts to it. This is why we need the time to discover. Yes? So this is where Red Hat acts as a leader in this area to really discover the task and then put everything in the right order. Then together with the customer, there is this collaborative area. It's a migration pilot. So we choose machines, a workload, yes, to migrate, yes. And then of course previously we need to set up everything, like setting up the proper infrastructure from the Red Hat side, and so on. And then there is an option that there is a place, there is a time to do a few migrates, few VM migrating tasks. And the third one, which is mostly the customer task, is going further. Yeah? So if you want to go and migrate more, you are just free to go. We are all, of course, ready to help you. We are ready to respond for your questions, concerns, or problems. But this is mainly a customer lead task. Yeah? So that's the process, like a high level journey.
Okay, so that was high level. So now let's maybe dive into the details. So exactly what are the exact steps of this process?
Okay. So as I mentioned previously, the discovery and assessment of our migration task is the key. Yes, we need to know what exactly we would like to do, what exactly we would like to migrate, how it should behave, what are the, you know, all the steps need to be done, and then adjust this process to the needed steps. Yes? So the infrastructure migration solution starts every time from the discovery session. 1 day, 2 day, depends on, or maybe more, depends on how complex is your environment, how many workloads, how many VMs would you like to migrate, and then also test it. Yes, then test all the process in when we run it. Yes, after the migration. So first of all, what we need to do is, as I mentioned, to set up an environment. Of course, you already have your virtual platform, which is in this case Red Hat VMware. Then there is a need to set up Red Hat Virtualization. Yes, properly size it, properly tune it, just to be able to migrate our workload smoothly, yes, from vSphere to Red Hat Virtualization. And this is also a part of the engagement. Then we need to we need actually one more tool which will put everything or align both words together. And this tool names CloudForms. So CloudForms is like an umbrella over those two providers, the Red Hat Virtualization and VMware one. So CloudForms can talk to both of them and can easily map all the configuration areas which are in both, just to make our migration smoothly, proceeded smoothly. Okay, so when we've got already CloudForms and CloudForms is already configured, so we have a connection to both, to VMware and to Red Hat Virtualization, and both of the providers are already discovered in CloudForms, so we can see in CloudForms, both of them, the whole configuration, the whole spectrum of our virtual machines. We need one more thing, which is quite critical in this case, and it's named a conversion host. So host or hosts depends on how many migrations we would like to have, or how big those machines are. So the conversion host is actually Red Hat Virtualization Host, or RHEL with KVM, which is also a hypervisor, could be also an option, optional hypervisor in Red Hat Virtualization platform. So the thing which we need here is to install or have a host who has basically a proper tooling to be like an interface or gateway for the migration. So In this case, on the conversion host, what we need a tools, a V2V tool, yeah, which is the one we use. And for those of you who are already familiar with all this stuff from the community perspective, it's with us for quite some time, so it's nothing new. But we need it to be installed on one or maybe more conversion hosts. Yes, so that's what we need from this conversion host. We also need a VDDK to be installed on the conversion host, and this also can be done, like both of them. It can be done via Ansible, of course, so it can be easily automated. So when we have this, and when our two providers are already prepared, and we've got already configured cloud forms with all the conversion hosts exposed and set up previously on the ref side, we are able to do the rest, which is basically creating a mapping, an infrastructure mapping. So what we need from the mapping perspective is just to say, okay, from this this cluster, I would like to, from this cluster on the VMware side, machines which are there, I would like to migrate to my cluster X on the ref side. Yeah? So this is like an infrastructure mapping between different infra aspects on both sides. So whenever it comes to the data store, to cluster, to network, we need to map them properly. I will show you later on the demo video how it looks like. It's relatively easy, so there will be like a good explanation for that. So when we have our migration infrastructure mapping, we are able to create a migration plan. So the migration plan is actually to choose what kind of, or which particular VMs I would like to highlight, I would like to point and migrate to ref environment, based of course on the mapping which we provide previously. So that's the idea, and then everything starts. Yes? So then our CloudForms is doing the job, our conversion host is doing the job when it comes to initialize the migration, when it comes to for example, conversion the virtual disks from VMware to Red Hat Virtualization solution. So that's briefly it.
Now, is there some option to customize the process or test effects of this migration? Well, yeah. Especially if your application actually is integrated with other components in the infrastructure, you just cannot take it as it is and put it there.
A very good question. And the answer is actually here. So as I'm an Ansible guy, there is a need for the Ansible slide in here, and that's why we've got this slide here, which is also an answer to your question, Marcin. So Ansible is a perfect tool to do many different things inside IT. Configuration management and so on, and Ansible can also helps us in this task. So within this process, within this mapping, we are also able to start some kind of customized pre and post tasks, and those pre and post tasks, those tasks could be just Ansible playbooks. Yeah? So we can, let's say if we have like here, for example, 2 web servers, and we would like to migrate them one by one, maybe pre-task would be just to start the Ansible playbook to reconfigure my load balancer and say, okay, dear load balancer, please release this web 02 server to be able to migrate it easily to ref. Yes. On the other hand, when there is everything already migrated and we've got all our machines up and running, maybe there is a set of tasks we would like to first check if all my services are up, if all my, I don't know, databases, web servers are running and responding. So this is also an option for post-task migration automation. And so here Ansible can also act easily, and many, many more possibilities.
Okay, so maybe let's do some demo.
Yep. So for the demo purpose, for today, I prepared like 2 demos for you. So first one is going to be like a brief demonstration of migration from Red Hat from VMware to Red Hat Virtualization or a Red Hat hyper-converged infrastructure. Yes, because we've got in both there is a ref basically. So I will demonstrate you how it looks like from the CloudForms and also from the provider perspective, how to configure it, how to start doing the migration, how to start it basically. And the second one is something more. It's something about this one, about this previous slide, so about Ansible, where we are able also during the migration process to convert non-RHEL systems to RHEL systems. So for example, if you have a CentOS and you would like to migrate it, and after all, you would like to also convert it to RHEL because you maybe have unlimited option for your ref environment, which is also an option from the subscription point of view. You are able to do that. Yes, so you're able to do that during the migration without any involvement from your side. Just do it automatically with a proper guess what, Ansible playbook. Yes, so that's gonna be the second demo. Okay, so let's take a look at it and let's get started. I hope you can see my screen. Let me do it in full and let's start it. Okay, so here we've got our CloudForms, where there is everything. You can see like Red Hat and VMware as the 2 providers. So in this case, we are able to start the migration. And so we've got a migration tab where we're gonna go through the process to create the infrastructure mapping at the very first time. So name it, then do the description if there is needed. You can have like a multiple of them. Yes, this mapping, this is just for our demo purpose, but you can have like a multiple of them for your needs. Yes, so there is no limit on that. Yes, when ready, we are able to map the clusters. Yes, so as this is like a demo, really demonstration. We've got like a 1 cluster from VMware side and 1 cluster from Ref side, but of course you can have like a multiple of them. So we are going to do the mapping. Then the same regarding data store. So here we've got like 3 different data stores on a VMware side and 3 different data stores from the Ref side. Of course, we can switch even to another cluster if there is such a need for that. Okay, then go ahead. The same for networks. So VM network, and in our case on the overage side, on the Ref side, overage management network. Add a mapping, and we've got almost everything. Yes, so everything is mapped: clusters, data stores, networks, and we are ready to proceed further. Okay, this is just information that we are done. So here are our resources in a VMware and Ref plan. You can go into each of them. You can take a look. You can go deeper. You can even delete it if you want to after the migration. But when we've got this, there is a need for creating a plan. Yeah? So the plan, as we mentioned, is basically to choose the mapping, name the plan. You can have like more than one, of course. So we're gonna do this migration demo. And here on the bottom of the window, you can see that there is an option also to import your VMs from CSV file. So if you use like a CMDB database or something else, or even you've got a script which can take just a CSV file and produce a list, you can make it. We're gonna choose them from the list directly. Okay? So here on our VMware side, we've got like 4 VMs. We've got load balancer, 2 JBoss systems, and database, and we're gonna select all of them. And this is actually the place where we can put this Ansible stuff. So we can start it from the pre-migration playbooks and then post-migration playbooks. For this particular use case, for this particular demo, we are not going to use it, but we will. I will also show you it later on with this ref migration. And here we can schedule it. Yes, so we can start the migration immediately, or just save this plan and run it later with a schedule. Okay, so that's our plan, and this is what we've got here. Like a 4 VMs gonna be migrated from Ref to from VMware, sorry, to Ref. Here is an option to schedule it, but we're gonna migrate it right away. So when we started, it's actually a lot of work going around with inside CloudForm. So all the state machines, all the automation processes starting with all the steps. You can see that we've got like approval here. So it was pre-approved, I mean automatically approved, but if there is a need for that, we can also set up an migration approval. So here is our plan. The migration is going on, and as I said, there is a lot of tasks in between inside the CloudForm's automation, which are currently going on. So that's why we going to I mean, we need some time to start it. And then the whole migration will just move on. It of course depends how long does it gonna take on our hardware, like a network bandwidth, for example, on the storage side, and there is also some bandwidth needed. So it's kind of I mean, hard to say how much time it's going to take. It really depends on our environment. But the thing is that all of the machines which we are running currently are run in parallel. Yes, so we are doing this migration in parallel. This solution has a limitation for up to 10 machines to be migrated at once. So that's what we have here. After some time, we already have our migration finished with the load balancer, so it's already migrated, and the rest of them, like at least JBoss 0 and DB, are going to power on. Yeah, so no, the JBosses are still converting the disks. Yeah, so there is inside in between the conversion time that it's needed to be done underneath. So we need to convert this V2V tool. V2V import will do its job via conversion host, as you can see here. All right. Do we have anything else? Yeah, we've got also a detailed log here, as it's going to be also shown here from the KVM example.com, which is our conversion host, which is responsible for the disk conversion for all of those 4 machines. We can download the log and we can dip into it deeper if there is a need for that. So that's also a good option. So here we are going to power on the VM, and the thing is that all of them are gonna be powered on the ref side, but they are not gonna be deleted from the VMware. Yeah? So they will be on the VMware side. But in the cloud forms, they're going to be tagged in a way that you are not going to be able to power them on the VMware side, just to be safe, yeah? Just to make sure that no one by mistake will start the same machine on both, and we will have like a different scenarios, yes, for that. So that's not gonna happen in this case. Okay. I think that's gonna be it. Let me just move it a little bit more. Here is our plan. Okay, everything.
It wasn't really clear to me. One very important thing in this scenario. I have multiple VMs. You have said that up to 10 can be simultaneously be migrated. What about dependencies between them? Are we able, if I have multi-VM application that basically needs to be migrated in a particular order, like first database maybe, then later the application layer. Are you able to specify the priority?
Yeah, so basically what you need to do, you need to create different plans for that. Yeah? So you can set up different migration plans for different machines, and also use this pre and post migration automation. And so in this case, if you would like to first migrate and then automatically start your whole environment with like a automatic checking and so on, you can do it, yes, for sure. If the solution is bigger than 10 machines and you would like to make sure that all of them are migrated in order, started in order, then in this case, you need to use this pre and post migration automation just to make sure that your, I don't know, maybe application server will not start before the database is ready. Yeah? So that's what you can achieve with the automation.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now the second demo, I guess.
Yep. Let's get started with the second one. So the second scenario is just to go really in like a lightning, just to show you the whole process. But we will concentrate on the conversion side. Yeah? So we're gonna use this automation possibility inside this conversion process to automatically migrate and convert 2 systems. One of them is going to be a CentOS, and the second one going to be Oracle Linux. So let's get started. So here we've got a vSphere client and our 2 machines. One, as I said, is going to be CentOS. The other going to be Oracle Linux. And let's SSH to both of them. Let's make sure that they are working, and let's see what kind of versions we're gonna have. So this is what we've got: 7.5 from the CentOS side, and probably 7.something, 7.6, I think, from the Oracle Linux side. Okay, so Oracle Linux release 7.6. Yeah, so we've got like a both of them. Here we're gonna add some record into the database just to make sure that our migration works. CloudForms again, migration. migration plan. We already have all the mappings done, so we can just do the migration process. Yes? So the mapping here, and then of course the name, and then we will take those VMs from the list, so not CSV again. So we're gonna filter it and make sure that this is the right Oracle and this is the right CentOS we would like to migrate. So here is the post one, post task, so the post automation. And in this post automation, what we've got a playbook which will convert both of those systems, so CentOS and Oracle, into RHEL 8. So we are not going to do only a conversion, we are going to do also an upgrade. Yeah? So this is like a 2-in-1 solution. And this is done automatically via playbook. Yeah? So we're gonna do it after the migration happens. So on the ref side, there's a little bit spinning up, and it's gonna take some time, but most of the time, as you can see, takes the conversions. Yeah, so the upgrade and then conversion from CentOS or Oracle to RHEL takes some time, of course. Together with the migration, it's as you can see, in this case, the CentOS took like 1 hour and 8 minutes to complete and to fully migrate and convert those two machines into RHEL 8 machines. So let me see. Here we've got our Oracle machine. Yeah, so it's already up and running. It's running, as you can see. And here we've got both CentOS and Oracle on our ref system. So one more, we will just log into the proper machine, so to CentOS and to Oracle, just to make sure we've got our machine upgraded to RHEL 8. So as you can see here, our previous CentOS test machine is now a RHEL 8 machine. So it's a good opportunity to also have do both in one. And with this automation, this is just an example, but as I previously mentioned, we can do much more. So we can do this and much more if we would like to. All right, so that was a brief demo.
Perfect.
And
so,
yeah, I hope that was clear.